guys, we have FOMC later. However, before that materializes, just want to talk about the SLCs. And what you want to do is try and get things to align, like you know. So here's the cross yen pairs aligning. Okay, it says AJ, EJ, pound yen, and dollar yen. Right, so they're aligning. So that would indicate that we'd have some more upside for cross yen. We are actually in the strong sell section again. However, the bubble is large, so it might tell us that's going to move, right? So really that bubble should be small, because what's happening is the retail guys are long, but they're getting paid on yen. So I think we might be seeing like a little reversal. And don't forget, we're quite extreme as well, 84%. So there's, it's basically a squeeze zone. They're very, very long. Yeah, 84%. Wow, it was pretty crazy. But the shifting is positive, so that's a sell. When they go long, it's a sell, and when they short, it's a buy. Okay? So just wanted to bring your attention to the fact that things are aligning. So we'll talk about the technicals now. Let's bring that chart over. So AU, we've got a big volume node here. We are a sell. This was an old stop loss cluster, in case you're wondering. SLCs, one above is large. We could potentially get it. We're 60 pips away, because we are risk on. If we look at the risk calculation, there. So that minus 17 figure tells us that there's 17 people short indices versus the one person buying. So there's one person buying S&P, US 30, DAX. There's 17 people trying to short the DAX, the S&P, the Dow. So it's a very crowded trade, and the retail guys are very, very bearish on indices. So we are risk on, because we know that these guys are counter trend and they like to call tops. They won't get out at a small loss. They'll let their losses run until they blow their account. So it's going to be a bit tricky, but we are risk on, and the VIX was crushed, but that's now been reset. I reset that at 6:30, so we're about to see that change on intraday. If it goes green, and it's going to line up with those. If it goes red, we could see a little bit of fear creeping in. North Korea did launch a missile last night. I'm not sure whether or not it got reported in the news, but they did. Kim Jong-un wants weapon upgrades, so that might be like a risk narrative. So just bear that in mind. We are risk on, and for that reason, we can do well on AU. And I think we might get that SLC, and we've got NFP on Friday as well. But we are above the volume node, or just about actually. We are teetering. It's close, but we are a sell at the high level, so we've got to be careful. Dollar Swiss, we'll just go through these. Monthly pivot 91.70, 92, and 1994. These ADR values are based on the day, right? So that's the daily high, that's the daily low range. Pound USD. Okay. Oh, excuse me. One above 135.60 and 135.14. We are a buy, very sideways, and there's monthly pivot 134.18. We might break that support at 135.22. If we do, we'll come down to 134.80, and it's going to probably be a buy. To be honest, because we're a buy here, so we might get some support here, perhaps. Euro USD. Now the volume nodes had taken over price. There's so much trading activity on this pair. It's actually swamping the candlesticks. So there's nothing I can do about that. You just have to sort of just bear with me on that. The SLC, it's huge volumes. 112.70 and 113.95. We try to poke above. This is probably might be a key level here. Basically on a round number, yeah, 113, but we are a sell at the high level, so I would be looking to sell for the reason that we're a sell here and we're below monthly pivot. Perhaps if you wanted to be smart, you could maybe wait this is MS1, so if we have a candle below MS1, we could use that as a stop loss, where wait 5-10 pips below, and then that could be a stop loss, and then it could continue lower. That orange line is there, and we'll put it there. So this could be a key level, 112.67. If we break that, we can have that as a stop loss, and that's only it's 9 pips, so it's a nice tight stop, and try and get a big reward with a low risk. So that could be a good trade. So you'd want 112.67 to break. Right? Dollar yen, I was saying yesterday this was going to do well. It's doing well, but we've got MR1, right? So this could be a resistance, monthly resistance. We had exceeded the average weekly range as well, which you would have seen on the technical channel. We've exceeded the average weekly range, and it was only Tuesday. So I think this went too fast, too soon. So keep an eye on MR1, SOC above 116.40 and 115.84. You see the volumes are a lot lower compared to the Euro USD. And they're saying there's some activity around about here and then here, so just look left basically. So that's that. Kiwi, because we did it yesterday, monthly pivots there, so that's been a resistance right now, 68.06. We are a sell like the Euro USD, 68.60 and 67.50. Break this support 67.87, we can target down there with a stop loss at monthly pivot. So you could enter here, stop loss there. That's something like a 2.5R trade, maybe a 3R, something like that anyway. But you'd get out at the monthly pivot, and then you try and target the SLC basically. Dixie, we've got that shift channel resistance. If you remember my video, it's based on the angle. See, A, B, C, D. This is the AC diagonal there, right? So we get that known high, and so we've got resistance at 96.26. So support 96.14. Inevitably, we can't go in one way for too long because things have to. They have to whipsaw and zigzag, don't they? So we're going to come down to support, and inevitably we're going to break this, and then we'll complete this harmonic. And so that we will break this, I'm pretty sure of it. But we've got FOMC later, so we'll have to wait and see. This falling is going to be in conjunction with what we're seeing here, because the dollar is regarded as a safe haven, so there wouldn't be much appetite for dollar if indices are going to continue to rally. Right, so if indices fall, the dollar can do well. So this falling would be true fundamentally. So that line, I think inevitably it will get broken, but we might have to do something like this. See how these zigzags? We might do something like this. So because that angle there is very acute. This is obtuse. This is an acute angle. So why not get another obtuse angle? Inevitably, we will come down, and then we'll get support, and we'll break that, which is your B high, A, B, C, D. Just show you dollar yen perhaps quickly, and then I'll wrap up the video. So this is what I was saying about the weekly range high. We had only come up to Tuesday, and we'd broken it, and that's, for me, it was like a big warning sign. So I entered 116.25, I think. I waited a little bit, and then it came, and it took me out, but then I re-entered. So so there we go. So keep an eye on 115.99, and we probably potentially break the daily range low. If this falls, it might impact your cross yen pairs, right? So bear that in mind, right? And so that's that. And this is using the DWM indicator, which you can find on the spreadsheet. That line there is your start of the week. That line there is your start of the day. Right, so that's just so you know. Monthly pivot's down there, right? So we are very technically strong, right? But keep an eye on MR1, 115.99, and we're at 115.98 now. So let's see what the FOMC says. It might not be a big mover. It could well be, or it might not. It might be a non-event, and then we've got NFP on Friday, so that'll be interesting. Have a good day, and I'll speak to you later.